Hello, and welcome to CLEA'S World. I am Clea Necchiarico, and in today's video, we will keep focusing on New Earth and what to expect from our existence there. While not everyone from Earth, from this old Earth, is going to a new Earth, several of us are. I'm sure many of you are watching this video, otherwise you wouldn't be attracted to this information. And so hopefully I will see you there. I know I'm going because it sounds amazing to me. So before we move forward, I'd like to ask you to please like and share this video. And also please subscribe to my channel and do leave me a comment because I love to see if the stuff resonates, what you think of it, because I am totally enjoying it, enjoying this connection with the 25th dimension. I am getting information that I haven't found anywhere else that actually very much resonates with me. Because sometimes when I hear information that comes from inside the matrix, I am like, I perk up, like my ears open up, and because something is off. And I didn't have this confirmation of why I felt this way until I started connected to the 25th dimension last year. And they explained that things look a certain way on the surface, but they really are a different way behind the surface. So as I said, I'm very excited about this information. I hope you are too. And if you are, I would love to hear that, because it's very hard as a person who makes videos, like we don't really have the interaction. We're just putting this out there, but hopefully it's reaching the people it's supposed to reach. All right, so without further ado, let's jump in. This is the third part of the New Earth video. So if you haven't watched the previous two ones, you might want to, just because it will make things easier to understand. I have done, this is for my new hypnosis session that I did a few days ago. There were previous videos on New Earth further back. I have done other sessions, and I'm now also getting information as I connect through meditation. So that, there will be a lot more coming. Let's put it this way. I'm really enjoying this connection. All right, so let's jump in. Carolyn, who's my hypnotist. So when I say Carolyn, she's the one asking the questions. And when I say me, that's me under hypnosis. So it's really, I'm referring to the 25th dimension, responding to Carolyn. So Carolyn. So then, how will children come to New Earth? What would that look like? Me. There will be children who come from other planets. There will be civilizations who bring us children who want to experience being there with us. The way that we will have children will not be like this. We will also have new souls come, but they will appear. They will incarnate, if you wish. There's not real incarnation, but materialize on our planet. They will just come the way we come here. But here we come through, Carolyn, a vessel, me laughing, through a vessel and through a process that we like to believe in, but they will just come on New Earth when it's time. Carolyn, amazing. So will they be like any other being? So we're essentially, those that are going to New Earth are kind of like a transplant. Will they have that same luxury of living as long as they choose to live? And she's referring to something they shared with us in the last video, which is we get to live as long as we want to. Me. Everyone has that luxury right now. Everybody can live however long they want to, except that on this planet, we've been taught that we can only live around 80 years. And so give or take maybe 20 years either way. This is just a belief. The human vessel was created on this planet to last hundreds of years. We've just chosen to pretend that we have an average lifespan. Carolyn. So those light workers who have children, I guess energetically attached to them in this lifetime, will those children come to New Earth with them, or is that a personal essence choice? Me. No. We will take our children with us. And they've already made their choice when they came to us. Remember, even though we think of children as being dependent here and being born to you, and therefore they're yours, no entity belongs to anybody else. You cannot enslave anybody. And so it's just like your pets. They're fully responsible individuals who decided to join forces with you, if you wish, to hang out with you. And so they already knew you were going to New Earth, if that's what you're going, so they will go with you. Carolyn. So in cases of having grown children who have come into your life via your children in marriage, will those spouses come with them as well, with those children? Me. Grown children may have already learned what they needed to learn from you, and they might go on their own to a different reality that you're going to. So when it comes to grown children, there is a reason why souls come to you, and they are a certain age by the time of the event. Nothing happens by chance. A lot of children come here, and there are children now because they want to go with their parents. Whereas grown children, they've already grown kids, grown adults now. They are already grown kids, grown adults now. They have decided to make different choices. It might be different. That's why they find themselves in a position where they can go somewhere else. This is not to say that our children are on New Earth are going to be dependent on us, but it's going to be obvious, even though they might seem dependent, it's going to be obvious that we're taking them with us. However, this is not always the case. There are couples where they have multiple children. The couple is split in terms of they might be physically split, or they might just be not agreeing on the sort of outcome they want. They might be going to different places, and the children will choose. They've chosen already who they're going with. So you might have children with someone, and some of your children might go with your spouse and not with you. I know this might be very hard for people who have children with a spouse that does not agree with them on the nature of reality. However, first, consider that anyone who is 4D or above can go to New Earth. So they might have made the same choice as you, even though they might not be as spiritual as you. That's okay. But if you happen to be 4D or above yourself, or even very spiritual, and you're sharing your life with somebody who's 3D, it might happen that some of your children may decide to go to a 3D simulation as opposed to coming with you. This is all the only thing I would say, because this has been an issue for me when I was thinking about my parents. For example, my parents are not going to the same place. The comfort is that we, in our new, on New Earth, so in our new dimension, we will know everything. So even though they might not remember us or see us or acknowledge us, we will know that they're well. We will see that they're happy because they are going to be happier, and we will be able to rejoice in their choice. And we will also be able to, if we want to, show up in their dreams, unless this is going to cause them distress. We definitely are not going to want to do that. So in so many ways, it's going to be okay. We're going to be aware of the greater meaning of all of this, and we will find comfort. So I know I found comfort when I started thinking about these things, but I'm sure it can be quite difficult to conceive that you wouldn't see or you wouldn't have contact with one or more of your children anymore. So that's why I wanted to offer this perspective. Carolyn, thank you for that. So the concept of family, will that hold? Will that maintain on New Earth? Or are these children really quite independent of who they're attached to on the new planet? Me. Children are independent in that they don't need you to provide for them. They don't have to be with you for survival reasons like they do on this planet. All children, just like all adults, will be able to have instant manifestation. They'll be able to manifest anything they need, and they won't need anything. They won't need food. They won't need to maintain themselves. So truly, they will be like adults in terms of ability to survive. They will stay with you because they've chosen before coming to you that they wanted to spend time with you. So we love them so much, and we will know finally love. And we will finally know love fully on New Earth, where we just want to be together. Now, we don't have to be physically together to be together. But some of us, especially because of memories and that quaintness, that comfort that we're used to, and it makes us smile, some of us will want to hold on and be in the vicinity of the people that we know. It's not our loved ones, because we will love all, but it's what we would call our loved ones here. It's people that we know and people that we have already learned to love. So this is just beautiful. It makes me smile. Carolyn, amazing. How will the people who are coming to New Earth after 100 years of raising their consciousness or raising their frequency on other planets look? She's talking about people who are initially going to hang out with the aliens, but then after 100 years of raising their frequency, they're going to come to New Earth, and there's only 3.5 million of those. Me. They will come as they are. They will look like humans now because they're not going to be upgrading. They might look like better versions of themselves, but they will look the way that they look here. Young, of course. They will be healed and they won't have to age. Aging is not natural. Aging is the result of a mental projection of disease and toxicity. Humans were never meant to age. So they will look as they are. However, when they step into our atmosphere, as we raise their frequency will raise very, very quickly. And they'll be able to take it because at that point, they will have done the work. And they will look like we do. Not everybody automatically will look like we do when they come to our planet. Like the aliens will not change. However, the ones who are coming to be with us, the reason the aliens will not change is because we are not going to affect their frequency willingly. We are not going to want them to come up to par with us in the sense of being like us, because they're not coming to be us. They have different experiences to live. These people that are coming to New Earth, they're coming to be part of our collective, and therefore they will look like us. Carolyn, yes, you have touched on this some. You told us that we don't need to communicate among ourselves when we're on New Earth because we will feel each other. How will we communicate with other civilizations? Will we automatically be able to adjust to their language? Me. Communication is a limitation. We can do anything we want. If we wanted to transfer ourselves into the minds of aliens, we could. We will not have these limitations, so we will communicate the way that they expect us to communicate, because we can communicate with anyone, anywhere, just from frequency. However, many of them will not be able to grasp this. They're not as advanced in this particular respect. So we will just adjust to whatever way they use. A lot of aliens are aware of universal languages. There's not just one. There are several universal languages that are used. A lot of aliens are able to communicate telepathically, so we'll do that a lot as well. Among ourselves, we don't need to do any of this. Carolyn. So as you're saying, there are several universal languages. We as humans feel like English is the universal language. Will that be used at all, or is it an archaic language? Me. You will use whatever language is necessary for you to communicate with your target. So if the target knows English, for you it makes no difference. All you are doing is translating music, is translating frequency, and they are hearing it the way that they want to. Your intention is to communicate, and they will hear you and understand you. Now, you don't need to, for your purposes, you will understand everything, because what you are hearing, what you will absorb, is not sounds and words like we do here. What you will absorb is their thoughts. So you don't end the energy. So you don't need, this is done for their purposes. We don't need words. Even telepathically, we don't need words. We will know what a person is thinking or feeling. So what's going to happen is going to be one of the challenges that the alien nations will have with us. What's going to happen is that some of them are going to fear that we have access to everything, because we can. However, to maintain the peace, we will limit ourselves, we will make agreements with them. They'll expect us to make agreements where we do not investigate. We do not allow ourselves to roam freely within their consciousness and their thoughts. So we will play by some rules set by these aliens so that they feel comfortable, because we will have to limit ourselves in order to have any of these rules. Because the truth is, we will have no limits on our own, but we will do this out of courtesy and diplomacy. Excuse me. Carolyn. So are there other aliens that would have that ability to then reciprocally read our minds? Me, if we let them. No one will be able to read our minds if you don't want them to. However, we will once again graciously allow them to read our minds when they visit, so that they may know that they have nothing to fear from us. However, the corollary to that is that they will know that we are extremely powerful. However, we will shield some of this power so as not to scare them, because these nations are very unsure about us. So we will do what we have to do to put them at ease. Carolyn, thank you. What does a ritual to the sun look like? Me. We don't have to have the sun. As I mentioned, we can have whatever climate we want. And they mentioned this in the first video, the first part of this particular series. We could have eternal night, eternal darkness. We will want to have the sun. There will be a sun in our vicinity that we will have access to, and we will let it shine. And the reason we have a ritual is because we will remember what the sun is, what it represents, and what it represents pretty much is the spark of life. Is that moment when everything came to be, when we started. That is why we won't need the sun like we do here to grow things or to give us vitamin D or make us healthy. We don't need any of that. We will be completely autonomous beings in that sense. We don't need anything, but we will keep it because it will be a symbol of our connection to source. So a ritual will be about being aware of this connection. So truly a ritual to the sun will be a ritual to source and being grateful for everything we have. And we will be very, very happy on New Earth all the time. So that's just one excuse to have a collective happiness party, if you wish to call it that. And they were laughing here. And I was laughing too inside, because that's totally an Italian thing to say. Is I always tell people, I don't care what holiday we're celebrating. It could be a Malaysian holiday. As long as we're celebrating, it works for me. I just need an excuse. So that works. I love it. I think we should have rituals every day. Carolyn. So will we have any other rituals as a community? Me. We'll make a lot of them because we will enjoy ourselves. So we will make rituals for anything that we wish to. And we might have rituals around snow. We might have rituals around walking into the woods. We will have personal rituals because all a ritual is a remembering and a celebrating. So it is a celebration of what we know, and we will know so much. So what happens with a ritual is that you stop and focus on your connection to what you know and your gratefulness for what you know. And so we will be very grateful. And they were laughing again. They were in a very good mood, I have to say. They were very light. Carolyn, will we have a singular, like the most important ritual? Will that be established, or will there be just so many celebratory ideas that there won't be me? There will be a special ritual. The most special ritual for us will be the creation of this new planet. We will be grateful. This is a huge ordeal. And we will be grateful that we have this new opportunity to start. It's a brand new game. And it's going to be so much fun. So there will be a time. I don't want to say a day. Doesn't really work that way. But there will be a time when we stop and celebrate New Earth. Because Gaia, what we call Gaia here, has done so much for us. We are so humbly grateful that she will be our special object of celebration. And she's looking forward to that. She needs a little bit of pampering and celebration. We don't celebrate her very much here, considering what we've done to her. We definitely need to make up for that, and it will be a very happy celebration. She's going to have her own, what we call here, fireworks. Like when you try to put up a spectacle, she will have her own. We'll let her create whatever she wants to create. So she will have her own creations, areas that she likes to have. She might have trees that are pink because that's what she feels that she wants to create there. And we will let it stand because all of us on New Earth get to create what we want. This is just so beautiful. It touches me every time I read this. I've read it a few times as I was transcribing it now. So I hope it also moves you, because truly this planet, Gaia, has done so much for us. So thank you so much for watching this, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye-bye.